welcome your host, Alan Titchmarsh.
To Thursday's AT show. Today we're joined by one of the most iconic women in British pop, hence the pictures. But before that, here's what's also coming up today. After spending nearly 20 years playing Plonker Rodney, Nicholas Lyndhurst reveals why he's now turned his attentions to Shakespeare. She triumphed in I'll Do Anything and has since taken the West End by storm. Actress and singer Jodie Prenger drops by. Irish cook Rachel Allen's in the AT kitchen later. On the menu today, the ideal dish for an autumn evening, a delicious beef hot pot. I'll be returning to the garden with horticulturist Matt James. If your lawn's patchy and an embarrassment, we'll reveal all the tips and tricks for achieving the perfect finish. And they won over the audience on the X Factor, and the front row of our audience. They did it again on Celebrity Big Brother. Jed would perform later in the show. I use the word perform loosely. So much to pack into today's show, but first, today sees the opening of a brand new exhibition at the Victoria and Albert Museum in London, which profiles one of the most iconic women in the world of music.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Who's that girl running around with you? Tell me, who's that girl running around with you? No one on earth could feel like this. I'm thrown and overblown with bliss. There must be an angel playing with my heart, yeah.
Music that makes your entire life flash before you. Please welcome Annie Lennox. Well, we can hear the music all the time if we've got the CDs. What we can't do is see the outfits. Tell us about this exhibition, Annie, at the V&A.
Well, I'm a bit of a magpie. I collect things that appeal to me, and I'm very sentimental. So I have all these costumes and things that have meant a lot to me over the years, and I kept them, you know. And a few years ago, in storage, a water pipe burst, and it flooded everything. And so lots of things were destroyed, and I realised that actually I must do something about this. So I just very sort of conscientiously went through everything that I had, all my awards and everything. I've kept programmes from tours and ticket stubs and photographs, and I just didn't want to get rid of them. And we went through everything and photographed it and actually put it on my website. I have a website called The House of Me, and so that I could share these things. And,
but then the V&A have got the things themselves, which is why we can't have them in the studio, because actually in the museum, because it opens today. Let's go and have a look at some of these,
all right.
Annie.
Yeah.
Get up, you go that side, I'll go this. And just talk us through these outfits, this wonderful leather creation here.
Yeah. This is worn on the Revenge tour for Eurythmics back in the day when we were in our rock phase.
Mode,
yes.
yeah.
Wearing black leather, and I can tell you for practical purposes, it's very funny. I would like to share this with you.
Do.
That, well, playing in hot countries is something that people don't think about, especially with wearing leather hot lights. So there we were in Texas in the middle of summer, absolutely boiling hot, throwing sort of water over ourselves to keep, you know. It was very hot out, but let me just put it to you like that.
Yes, OK.
Yeah,
I think we've got it now. Right. But the costumes themselves, they're actually in there. These are just photographs of them. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
Look at this diva.
Well, this is this is me as a younger version of myself back in the 90s. And this is the diva. A beautiful photograph by a wonderful Japanese photographer called Satoshi. And there it is, in black and white, with the feathers and so.
It's lovely to have this record, as long as you don't mind. The trouble is, when you look at photographs of yourself, of course, they're always in the past, you suddenly begin to think, I'm getting old. The trouble is, and I'm not flattering you, you don't seem to have aged from start to finish.
Oh, bless you.
No, you don't, does you? I mean, you really don't. You don't. However, this particular one, I mean, it does seem to be of an unusual shape.
Yes, it is an unusual shape. That is called a pregnancy. And I was actually 7 months pregnant at the time. And I thought, wow, I'm going to make a video. This is for Little Bird.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody remembers Little Bird, but I knew that I would be exhausted doing a video, standing up, moving and dancing. So I thought maybe I could have some stand-ins, and that's how the different personas came to be. You know, different people looking like me, and I could just sit down and relax a little bit.
This is when you were on your own, you broke away from the Eurythmics. This is when the Eurythmics got back together, because this is the Union Jack. You won the Brit Awards in '99 for your Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yes, we did. Yes, that's right. And I thought it would be like a very strong look if Dave and I wore the Union Jack suits, because it was the Brit Awards, and that was something significant for us. We are British artists after all. And we performed with Stevie Wonder that night, which was a highlight for both of us.
Oh, what a treat.
Yeah.
Now, lest you should think that Annie Lennox is actually sending T-shirts to the V&A, she's not. But the leather hat is there.
It's a PVC hat.
Oh, PVC?
Yeah, it's a little PVC
Shiny
hat
PVC.
that I wore for the Sing campaign, which, because maybe some of you know that I'm a campaigner for HIV and AIDS. And ever since I went to South Africa 7, 8 years ago, I performed for Nelson Mandela, and I was witness to the pandemic, the HIV/AIDS pandemic. And I know I've come on your show and talked about this before, but I am an activist and campaigner with regard to women and children and HIV. So that's the Sing campaign,
And that's
it's a big part of my life, huge part of my life actually. So
finally, to this one, which you talked about coming on the show last year, and you did with Christmas Cornucopia, and this, of course, is the
unfortunately,
outfit.
I couldn't wear the outfit on the afternoon when I came to record the show with you last time, Alan. But this is the outfit, and it's there at the V&A if anybody would like to go down. It's for free. Isn't that nice?
Oh, you can go in. You can have a bit of Annie Lennox for nothing. But then you can on this programme as well. Bless you, Annie. If you'd like more information about Annie's exhibition, visit our website, itv.com/Alan. My thanks to the one and only, always a delight to have her here, Annie Lennox.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Still to come this Thursday afternoon, Only Fools and Horses' favourite Nicholas Lyndhurst on Tackling the Tempest. West End star Jodie Pranger drops by. Rachel Allen cooks up the perfect comfort food, beef hot pot. I'm in the garden with everything you need to know about achieving a luscious lawn, and with music from those Irish imps, Jedward. See you in a few minutes.
Sit back and don't go anywhere. SCS Sofas, sponsors of the Alan Titchmarsh Show.
It's for sale.
And we've got great deals.
This LG 32-inch LED TV has flicker-free, razor-sharp images.
And it's £300 off.
Down to £349.
There's £100 off this large 7-kilogram capacity Indesit washing machine.
Big enough for 35 shirts in one go.
That's big.
Only £219. Plus, when you save £30 on this wireless HP printer at just £49...
A complete ink set will cost you just £24.99.
Protect up to 3 PCs with Kaspersky Pure Internet Security.
It'll protect the whole family against viruses and ID theft for just £29.
Better than half price.
At the Currys and PC World sale.
We can help.
Your quid's in at Asda, whether you're jumping in the shower or simply brushing your teeth. Because we have thousands of the products you put in your basket every week, all for an amazing £1 each. Asda, saving you money every day.
Welcome to the southwest of France, with its picture postcard scenery, beautiful climate, and inhabited by over 20,000 Brits.
It's been the most enjoyable thing I've ever done.
In a brand new series, we follow the lives of those starting again.
Pourquoi pas? Why not?
And prove you can take the people out of England, but you can't take England out of the people.
Two Fat Geezers, 88.
New series of Little England continues Monday at 8 on ITV1 and ITV1 HD.
Sit back and enjoy more great entertainment. SCS Sofas, sponsors of the Alan Titchmarsh Show.
Actor Nicholas Lyndhurst on taking to the stage in Shakespeare's The Tempest. Rachel Allen cooks up a heavenly hot pot. I'm in the AT garden with everything you need to know about keeping the perfect lawn, and with music from celebrity Big Brother stars Jedward. Yes, all right. But first, the Blackpool lass who conquered the West End.
I won't be tried, trust. No people say I must. My heart will stay true just as long as Bill needs me.
Please welcome Jodie Prenger. Oh, you're very well. Do you know, that song gets me every time I hear it.
And you were there at opening night as well, weren't you?
I was. Oh, I don't know who was more nervous for you or me. No, but you know, because it's a big thing.
No, it is. I was so nervous that night, I couldn't tell you. But when I saw you in the audience, it settled me.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter much though. I know. And you did it from January through to the following March, a year and a bit.
Yeah, 16 months to be exact. Yeah, so it seemed a long time, but it just flew by. But it always does when you're having fun, doesn't it?
What surprised you? Did you find things that you thought, I never thought that would happen, or, in terms
do you know
of doing it?
What really surprised me, because I was coming in and totally unexperienced in the West End, and I thought, do you know what? I don't know how they're going to take me. And I don't get invited back places more times than once. So I went in, and what surprised me was the whole family thing, and everyone really welcomed me, and just singing the songs that, I've always wanted to sing. And it was, everyone says, was it ever a dream come true? And it was for me. I did cry virtually every night.
Well, to stand on that stage...
It was massive, wasn't it?
And to be doing that number and holding one of the most famous theatres in the world. What a feeling.
Yeah, do you know, I always said, for me, fair enough, I was so nervous before you went down, but it was the kids. I mean, they stood up and they sung in front of, 2,500 every night. So, no, I miss the kids and the dog.
Was there a moment, however many performances, when you thought, oh, I'm actually rather enjoying this, blow the
Not
nerves,
when I was dying on stage.
No, bludgeoned by Bill.
I always did. You're absolutely petrified. Do you get nervous before you do your shows?
I get apprehensive in terms of it's got to be right, but I don't shake. I don't shake? No, just you want it to be right.
You do?
You get better at that. You get better at eating before you go on.
I know that's been my problem. That's why I have to wear Spanx.
Too much information, Jo.
Sorry,
No, but you're now looking, or turning your attention, to fiction.
I am. It's brilliant. Mills and Boon are launching a search for a new voice, so a new author. So if you know any budding authors out there who want to write their story, and I do believe we've actually got a budding author sat right next to me. Is that right?
Budding, madam, I'm in full bloom.
I do believe today is the launch of his own book.
This is not the number. I'll give you 50 quid for bringing this on.
Would anybody like to hear a bit?
Can I just ask one thing, that you hold it to the right camera? Thank you, it's called The Haunting.
The Haunting? Right, let's have a read of this.
Oh, no, I've had this done to me before on the book.
I'll put my best voice on, honestly. Okay. Right, are you ready?
Yes.
Don't give me that eye. It was not the day for death.
Now read it nicely.
That was nicely. That was my
It was melodramatic.
Oh, my mother would have been proud of that voice. It was not the day for death. For a start, the weather was all wrong. It was one of those perfect days, the sort that only occur on a handful of times each year. We're all there, aren't we?
Yeah, well, that's
Usually... I was getting into that.
Well, you can take it away and get into it on your own. You're very kind, thank you.
No, so you'll have to enter.
And
it's brilliant.
It's a bit late now, because it's for new writers, isn't it? And this is my 8th, so I'm a bit... I've practised too much.
You could whip one up, you've got time.
Well, romantic fiction gets a bad press, because I think really a lot of people are cynical. Some writers are a bit cynical about it, and I think they find it hard to write romantic scenes. Mills and Boon became a sort of pejorative term. Oh, it's a bit Mills and Boon, but they are hugely popular. Loads of them come out every month, don't they?
Which is true, and a lot of people don't realise there are so many different genres. Like there's one like True Blood and Grey's Anatomy. So
within Mills and Boon?
Within Mills, and one like Twilight. So it isn't just that kind of what people say.
Used to be called bodice rippers.
Yeah, but but some of them are quite raunchy, though. Quite, you know, get your hot under the collar. Honestly, you need a tissue.
So what's this competition? Just give us it. People have got to... What have they got to do to enter it?
They basically have to enter, and you go to romanceisnotdead.com, and you can enter via that way. And the public, public can get involved as well, because they can actually read the entries and help choose them, which is brilliant.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right. No, good old fiction. Keep it going. We need more books, more reading.
I agree. I really do. It's like the X Factor, but for authors. Are any of you going to enter?
I think that's an unfortunate... Yeah. Simon Cowell's got nothing to do with this, has he, really? Now, what do you read when you're reading? Are you a romantic reader?
I do, actually. I love romantic stories, and I like kind of really powerful stories. So I've always been a romantic at heart, Alan. I always have.
Bless her.
Thank you.
But, well, this is why you're so good at romantic music, because it comes from the art.
I wonder what you said there.
For a Blackpool girl, I thought you would have understood that. And you're touring with Barrowman Noel, your mentor.
I am, yeah. We start touring soon, so I can't wait for that. I toured with him last year. Oh, and we had such a laugh, so I really can't wait for this year. I don't know how
you two manage to sing between the laughs, because I think it's a laugh all the time.
I know, we really do. It's so much fun. So, yeah, we're touring the whole, you know, of the UK and over in Ireland as well, so it's going to be fantastic.
Well, good luck. We've got you some great entries in the Mills and Boon.
Thank you very much.
And good luck with your tour.
Thank you.
Always a laugh having you on, even though you're from Lancashire. Ladies and gentlemen, Jodie Prenger.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, stick around, Jodie, because when the weather's like it is, you know, most of us just want to stay indoors, turn on the heating and make ourselves a big bowl of comfort food. So here with the perfect recipe for an autumnal evening is Rachel Allen. Over you come. Rachel, lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you too.
I'm gonna put my pinny on, because this now potatoes, mushrooms, beef. This looks like and a glass of. Give that to Jodie down your road.
Yeah, go on.
What has that got in it? Oh, I thought you were going to drink it before it's part of the recipe.
Would you like to just test it's okay?
Oh, I'll just test it's fine.
Now, Jodie, are you a Lancashire hot pot fan? You'd have to be, wouldn't you?
Do you know, my nan, I can smell it right now. All I need is a crusty roll of pyjamas. It's just, I love it. And it's good it's good cooking, isn't it?
Rachel, Lancashire, is that lamb in Lancashire?
Well, it actually is. This is just a bit of a play on the hot pot.
So it's
just in that
pot.
I love the way a traditional hot pot has all those lovely layers of potato on top.
It's rather like a sort of edible compost heap, isn't it? I love it. No, well, it isn't. What have you got in there? What are we doing?
So what I have in here is I've got an onion and garlic, and it's been cooking away gently, and you see the way it's really nice and soft. And I love it when it gets like this, when it starts getting a little bit golden around the edges, so a bit sweet. So,
I know you like your food, Jodie. Do you cook?
I do.
She's
got a face like a John Lawson, doesn't she?
Really? Just not my bum. But, yeah, I love cooking. I really enjoy... I think I love it kind of because you can get all the family around and it's a very kind of sociable thing.
Yeah. What next then, Rachel?
So, beef. I've got lovely stewing beef here. Big chunks of gorgeous stewing beef.
Now, is stewing beef the one that takes a while to cook? It's best cooked long and slow.
Long and slow is exactly what you're looking for.
Expensive?
And it's a cheaper cut.
Cheaper cut.
This is the great thing. So it's... Thank you very much.
That's right. I like
so at this time of the year, you know when the evenings start getting a bit chillier and you want something comforting.
You don't really want a salad, do you? But
no, you don't want a salad anymore.
Salad's just garnish, isn't it, really? That's all.
Do you mind if I take a bit of this bread?
Not at all.
Leave her a drop.
I put into the...
Oh, it's all going.
I put into the onions and the garlic. I've put in lots of stewing beef. I've put in the salt and pepper, a glass of red wine, and some thyme. So you basically just bring that up to the boil. And this is what I love about this cooking. This is one pot cooking. Great for the washer-upper in the family, like me.
I've got one of those lovely washer-uppers that goes like that and you put it in.
So you bring this up to the boil, and you cook it just at about 150 degrees for about an hour and a half.
In the oven. Right.
So long, slow cooking.
So how long have you had it on there then? How long did it stay on that before it went in the oven? Not long at all.
Literally just a minute or two, just to bring the wine up to the boil.
Is that just to brown the meat? Is that to seal the meat?
Actually, no, you don't have to do that. No, for this, I'm not going to do it. Okay. This is fuss-free. This is
I like
very
that.
simple,
I like
straightforward.
that.
This is what we like. sorry.
No, it's fine.
So then, what you have an hour and a half later
Yep.
is this. And can you smell that?
I can smell it from here.
Everyone.
It's gorgeous. No, seriously, the front just smell. Just waft it out. Got it.
It does smell
It's
good.
fabulous.
And then what you need to do is slice some. Would you
I
mind
can
slicing
do
some
that.
potatoes?
Yeah, find a knife. That'd be
Here
good.
you go.
Make it right.
Thank you very much.
Into thin slices.
Yeah, nice and thin that we're going to layer on top.
Yep, okay.
And I've got these mushrooms, they're quartered, and I've just sautéed them in a tiny bit of oil or a little bit of butter, a little bit of olive oil or butter. So I'm going to add those in with any of the juices. I'm going to add those into the beef and vinegar, a tablespoon of red wine vinegar. And this just helps to balance this gorgeous natural sweetness that you have in here from all those lovely sweet onions.
See, I wouldn't have put vinegar in. Do you know, I wouldn't have done that, would you?
Well, I'm sure your grandmother, you know, it's not a traditional addition,
quite modern.
but I just like the tiny bit of acidity, the little bit of sharpness of the
Yeah.
brings. Okay, so you stir all this around. How do you feel?
Washing up injuries.
I'm fine. No, it's very nice. It gives me a rest.
What I'm going to do is just layer the potatoes up.
How many potatoes? Do you want all three?
Yeah, I'd say keep going. Thank
Jodie,
you.
keep her
You're not
talking.
very fast, are you? I thought you'd be quicker at that.
I thought you would have been too.
He's not He's not
I grow them, I don't cook them.
Or slice them up. No.
Sometimes I do.
Actually, that's plenty now.
Oh, you mean I cooked all that one for nothing?
You're very handy to have
Right,
in the kitchen.
so that goes on the top there, beautifully
so basically,
arranged.
I've now turned the oven back up to 230 degrees.
Yes.
So good and hot. And
It's all
with
on
the
the
potatoes
website.
in,
Don't write it down. If your pencil point's just broken, don't panic.
bit of salt,
Salt and pepper again.
bit
on
of
top
pepper, butter. You know, you've got to dot the butter over it, and then you're
So
going to get
now
this really
what?
lovely golden
the
potato.
butter makes it
golden
gold.
crisp potato
Yeah.
on top. You know, this is good, healthy, lovely, and economical food. Warming, comforting.
Yeah.
I'd eat it like that.
Bit more time. Bit more time. And then what
Yeah,
I'm
a
going
bit
to do
more
is
time, well, about 2 minutes. Oh, sorry, right.
put this into the hot oven.
Yeah.
And
Magically.
about 30 to 40 minutes later,
Oh, my goodness.
so you have this. But what you could do is you could make the first
Just
part, the
pop it-
actual casserole part, without the potatoes. You could make that even a couple of days in advance. You could even put it in the freezer. And then just do the potato thing just before you want it.
I
and
love
then
the
scoop
crispy
it
bits
out.
in the
Yeah.
middle, don't you?
Oh, yes.
I'm just going
Yeah,
to...
it's funny, isn't it? I always loved
Do you
all
always
the
look-
burnt food.
Yeah.
Must have been my nan's cooking, yeah.
My wife's grandfather, I shouldn't really give away family secrets, but he used to put his cornflakes in the oven and burn them.
Did he? Why?
Yeah, just because he was very odd.
Interesting.
Strange family. You know. But you see, the crispy bits are gorgeous.
Crispy bits and
Jodie, would
some
you
of the
like
juicy
to?
Oh, I'd love to.
There you
I'd
are, I'll
love
give you one of
to.
those. And
Have
a
you got
fork
it?
there for you.
Thank you.
Well done.
I'll
And
put
then you have
mine
some
on
more of
here.
the red wine that, you know, you
Well,
poured into
Jodie's
the...
drunk it all. Yeah. So, I'm going to try a little bit of this. Oh, so Rachel, this is one of your signature dishes.
This is one, it's in my new book, Easy Meals, and it's in the one pot section. It's all very fuss-free, straightforward food. It's the kind of
Keep
food I
talking.
like.
Keep talking.
Is it okay? Keep talking.
No, I know you shouldn't talk with your mouth full, but that is beautiful. It's lovely.
But don't you love those programmes where they say, oh, lovely, and they put a tiny bit on a fork and they put it on, oh, gorgeous. Me and her troughing away. Rachel's delicious recipe for beef hot pot and loads more can be found in her new book, Easy Meals, out now. And if you missed anything, visit our website, itv.com/Alan. My thanks to Jodie Prenger for running this item.
Oh, you're fine.
To me for slicing the potatoes, and of course to the genius behind it all, Rachel Allen.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
She's still ahead from playing Rodney Trotter to Tackling the Tempest. Nicholas Lyndhurst reveals all about his latest West End play, with music from celebrity Big Brother favourites Jedward. And I'm back in the AT garden. Oh well, with all the tips and tricks for the perfect lawn. So I'm off to get changed into something a little bit more appropriate. See you in a couple of minutes.
Sit back and don't go anywhere. SCS Sofas, sponsors of the Alan Titchmarsh Show.
Mum says we're trying something new for dinner. Maggie's So Juicy. You take the bag, add in some chicken, pour in the recipe mix, tie it up, pop it in a dish, and bake it in the oven. And because it's so juicy, you don't even have to add any oil. Mum says it's so simple. We say it's so tasty. Dad says it's so juicy. Now try new Maggie So Juicy beef and ribs.
What have you got that's cool? What's the comfiest sofa you've got? Do you have anything patterny? Over the years at DFS, we've been asked for every type of sofa. So we like to think we know what you're after and that you're after it at a great price. So right now, there's at least £400 off every sofa in the entirely new Style Collection. There's interest-free credit and everything is payment-free until next Easter. And if there's something specific you're looking for, just ask. The brand new Style Collection with at least £400 off. New store opens 9 a.m. Saturday at London Road, High Wycombe.
Now I'm going to get the dessert. How does she do it? She looks amazing. Let's go find out.
Okay, come on. What's your secret?
Ladies. So smooth, so creamy. Pearl de lait. Pleasure makes you beautiful.
I suppose I'll learn to listen first. It's not what they say, it's what they don't say that's important.
Well, if that's not the truth, you better tell us what is.
You have to learn to be patient. It's worth the wait. What were they arguing about?
I don't know.
Trust your instinct.
Why was she going to report him to the police?
Stop it.
Trust your team. You need them more than you think. Charge him, Sergeant.
A brand new series, DCI Banks, Friday at 9, ITV1 and ITV1 HD.
Sit back and enjoy more great entertainment. SCS Sofas, sponsors of the Alan Titchmarsh Show.
Welcome back. Still to come, Only Fools and Horses star Nicholas Lyndhurst reveals the challenge of tackling Shakespeare, and celebrity Big Brother favourites Jedward are here. All human life, eh? But now it's time for my gardening tip of the day. And don't make the mistake of thinking that hanging baskets are just for summer. The big bedding plant-filled ones are, but you can make winter hanging baskets too. This one here has got a lining made of coir. I've made holes in it to push through things like ivies and winter flowering pansies. Now, the great thing about winter baskets is they don't grow at a rate of knots like summer ones do, so you can stuff them right from the start, and provided they're hung in a sheltered spot that isn't windblown the whole time, you'll have a jolly winter. Things to put in, apart from the winter flowering pansies and the ivies, look for little hebes like this one with variegated leaves and still some bright little flowers to come. One of those can make a centrepiece right in the middle of it. Around the edge here, loads and loads of heucheras now that keep their leaves right the way through the winter. Some of them are bronze, some of them are yellow tinged with pink. They're quite dramatic. Even at this time of year, they can go in with ordinary peat-free multi-purpose compost. You can push those right round the edge, and by the time you get to the end of your basket, you'll find you've got something outside your house which is a darn sight better looking than those dead bedding plants sitting there right the way through the year. Winter hanging baskets. That's the tip done. Time now to look at how you can create a luscious lawn. Autumn is a great opportunity to invest some time in your lawn. Late summer, early autumn, that is, around about now, after the wear and tear of summer has left it in a bit of a state. Here with some top lawn advice, the man with the Ferrari, Matt James. Good to see you. It is time to sort our lawns up. The great thing about September, Matt, is that the baking weather of summer, there's a joke, is gone. And it really is time to, if you want to make a new lawn, to do it with either turf or seed.
Or do it with seed, yes.
You've got the turfing bit.
Yes, absolutely. Turf is, obviously a lot more expensive than some way to use seed. But the big advantage is it's good for instant impact. So if you're an impatient gardener, it's ideal. And you can walk on a lawn that's been laid with with turf, say 2 weeks after it's been laid, whereas with seeds you've got to wait at least 6, 7, maybe even 8 weeks.
And this is about the best time of year to turf. You can do it right the way through the winter if it's mild and not frosty or muddy.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is the soil preparation for seed or turf is identical, isn't it? Just the same.
Absolutely, but it's just so important as well. That's the thing, isn't it? It's identical, but if you put the work into the soil prep, the rest is easy and you get a nice level lawn.
So firm, level and weed-free. That's
Absolutely.
The answer. You've raked it over.
So we've raked it over.
And trampled it.
Yeah, so we've gone over with our sort of, you know, doing the shoe shuffle, consolidating it down, removing large air pockets, and we've got a finish which resembles something like, well, marbles and breadcrumbs.
And then you get this Swiss
made our
roll.
first line of turf, and then we're pinching together very carefully.
In the old books, you see, they used to show filling the gaps with loam. If you shouldn't leave gaps. Think of Ernie Wise's wig. Yeah. Can't see the joint, but you shouldn't.
Absolutely. I mean, if you do it right first time, it should look something like that. And then your next row...
You're working on your board.
Yeah, your next row is very important because you want to make sure that you stagger the joints, just like you would in a brick wall. You don't want the joints in line. And then pinch these two together again, always working off a board. You never tread on the turf, not until 2 weeks at least. And then literally you're flipping the board over, laying the next bit and then flipping the... And this is helping to bring the turf into contact with the soil.
Well, look, I'll let you finish your luxury lawn. I'll put your last one on for you.
Thank you very much.
You can work forwards, OK? Well, I get the cheaper version. It really is much, much cheaper. I mean, seed can be anything up to 10 times cheaper than turf can. Best for most gardens is a mixture containing dwarf ryegrass. It's hard-wearing, but it doesn't make those long things that the mower seems to miss. Preparation, as we've said, just the same. Sprinkle on the generally accepted way is 1.5 ounces per square yard. Nobody's going to weigh 1.5 ounces out, so a couple of clenched fistfuls sprinkled over each square metre. So you get that kind of finish. If you don't trust yourself to have a steady hand, you can get one of these, which will actually do it for you. Plastic hopper on the side, little turny-whirly wheel. If you watch, I do this, out it sprinkles, and you can go across your lawns singing, "We plough the fields and scatter," and that's what it looks like in the end. You see, you get that dusting over. You don't need to rake it in. The rain will take it down, but if you've got cats and you're worried about birds coming and getting it, a few twiggy pea sticks laid over the top or some plastic netting will just stop them from scratching until it comes up in 2 or 3 weeks' time. That really is all you need to do to make a new lawn. If you've got little patches that have worn out in your existing lawn, do the same technique. Rake it, seed it, bit of twiggy pea stick over it. But what all established lawns need at this time of year is scarifying. That means scratching, basically. The general tool is this, a springbok or wire tooth rake. You ride... I can't do it here because this is turf, it's just going to pull up, but really rip hard at the turf. In fact, I can do it a bit, look, you can see what's coming out already. You get this pile. You'll be astonished at the amount of sort of hay that comes out of it and moss and all kinds of things like that. It lets the grass breathe. You can get a slightly more mechanised version, which is this, which has got 2 wheels and teeth, and you pull that along. This really will bring the turf up, but that, again, is the same effect. It's leaving the living grass, but getting a bit of air down there. It's rather like a hair restorer. Just brings out all the rubbish, but you'll have an easier way, won't you?
Well, if you've got a large lawn, of course, you could bring in something like this, which is £100, but it's an automated version, an electric version here, and there are the tines underneath, which kind of do the job for you.
Yeah.
But again, I'd only advise getting something like this if you've got a big space with which to use it.
And it is astonishing. Your grass will look dreadful afterwards, but, you know, keep your courage going. It's OK. It will come back, and this is by far the best time to do it. When you've scarified, you need to aerate it, to get air in it. Those patches, particularly, that have been compacted during the summer where the water sits. Aeration is simply a matter of spiking. You can use a garden fork, slam it into the lawn, push it with your foot so it goes down for about 4 inches, wiggle it about, and do that about every 6 inches. You'll see the ground begin to rise, and if it's really waterlogged, sweep sharp sand into it. You'll have an easier way.
You could use this, of course, which is a wheeled aerator. It looks a bit like a
medieval...
Yeah, a mace or something. And this is great because, again, if you've got a large lawn, you don't have to worry about fork. You just literally just wheel it backwards and forwards like that, and it spikes a lot of holes into it.
It wouldn't go quite as deep as your fork, though,
absolutely, and it's not particularly very good if you've got very tight corners either.
What have you got, though? That's about £40.
Yes, that's about £40. These are £10 to £15. A pair of lawn spiking shoes.
Japanese
You've got to be careful. You put I'm on the right way up, haven't you?
So you put those on,
Yes.
and then you walk over.
Literally.
I've got quite hard solo. I'd never get off again. You get one leg in, and no, you do, but you have to make sure you go right down with
Absolutely.
it.
But it's ideal if you come home from work, glass of wine in hand, you can actually do a bit of gardening without even realising it.
So, if we go to our established lawn then, we've scarified it, we've scratched it, we've spiked it. We now need to feed it, but not with any ordinary food. You need an autumn lawn food. Autumn is the word that should be writ large on the packet of fertiliser. You get not too much nitrogen in it, which will make your lawn grow green and lush, which you don't want in autumn, but it will get the roots well established so that next spring they grow away well. You can apply it by hand if you want. Better still, really, and much more economical to apply it with one of these wheeled distributors because they make it go further, to be honest. It's much more economical, and you can hire one of these if you don't want to buy one. So, you've got to cut it when it grows next spring.
Absolutely. So once it's ready for cutting, you need to start thinking about your mower. We've got an electric model here, which has importantly got a grass box on the back, so it's collecting up the clippings.
Keep the flex well out of the way.
Over the shoulder and
to an earth leakage circuit breaker, so if you do cut over it, it doesn't come to you, it cuts out.
Absolutely. Safety is very important with that. You've got a
rotary
mower, a powered rotary mower there.
So that's petrol.
That's petrol, yeah.
And of course you need a big rear roller, Matt, if you want stripes.
If you want your stripes. You could go up to the real, a robotic mower. So you've got... This one here is £4,250.
Oh, it's cheap to employ 6 gardeners.
It is a lot of money, but...
What's this one?
It's supposed to do, quite a big area.
Yeah.
This is a smaller version, and we can pop it on there and have a go with it.
Well, put it on yours. Yours is bigger.
Oh, OK.
Oh, you can see underneath it, look, we've got the rotary blade here, which is obviously works. It's been used.
These sensors just sense grass, so it's not going to start cutting your beds and borders.
So what do you...
And then you literally...
That one?
Pop that one on first. And then away we go.
It says low battery. High battery. On, go on. Well, I'll leave you to work that one out then. OK, they always do this, don't you? You know they're going to do that. Oh, it's off, it's going. And then it'll go to...
It does need a lip around the lawn
to stop it going over the edge. OK. I'll get my scythe out. And the pièce de résistance is, of course, what you arrived in.
Certainly.
Just over £3,000.
Just over £3,000, but
every
boy, will the kids
dream.
Love you for it.
Ride-on mower.
Yes.
Yeah, don't get one of those if you've only got a yard, unless you just want to sit on it. If you'd like more information about any of the products we mentioned today, visit our website, itv.com/Alan. My thanks to Matt James. That's that.
Thank you.
Still to come this Thursday afternoon, Only Fools and Horses star Nicholas Lyndhurst and celebrity Big Brother favourites Jed Wood are here. But first, I want to step into something a bit smarter. See you in a couple of minutes.
Sit back and don't go anywhere. SCS Sofas, sponsors of the Alan Titchmarsh Show.
Quitting smoking is tough. Throw in fresh coffee and you're smelling full-bodied temptation. Or are you? Traffic building, willpower fading. Its destination, cigarette. Or is it? Fantastic meal, yet you still hunger for the taste of tobacco. Try new Nicorette Quick Mist, instant release spray for fast craving relief. Acts fast to help you quit. For every cigarette, there's a Nicorette.
At Tesco, the things you really need are now half price. And more importantly, so are the things you really want. Tesco, every little helps.
Does your moisturiser only work for a few hours? Drop it.
New Garnier Body Intensive 7 Days Daily Moisturiser. 88% of women who tried agree it's better than others they've used. Use daily for hydration that absorbs in a flash and goes on and on. Try it, feel and see the difference or your money back.
Take care.
Garnier.
Girls, why settle for less when you can enjoy more? New Special K Honey Clusters. Deliciously satisfying clusters with a touch of honey. It's more deliciousness, more to get your teeth into, and still 3% fat. And that's got to be something worth sharing. New Special K Clusters.
Hello and welcome to Holding Out for a Hero. 3 contestants battle it out to win what could be a life-changing sum of money. Not for themselves, but for somebody else. It is, well done, mate. somebody who really deserves it.
He's like a real champion of the community. The things he does in his gym changes lives.
She's done so much for our family, and I'd like to give something back.
Playing for a good cause close to their heart.
She's our hero.
Brand new, Holding Out for a Hero, Sunday at 7 on ITV1 and ITV1 HD.
Sit back and enjoy more great entertainment. SCS Sofas, sponsors of the Alan Titchmarsh Show.
Welcome back. Still to come from Peckham to London's West End, Nicholas Lyndhurst on his new stage play, The Tempest. You'll enjoy that. But time now to meet those Irish boys who caused one heck of a stink when they were dropped into the Big Brother house.
We actually can't believe we're actually here. We're actually inside Big Brother. It's like a big, massive sleepover.
I think it's great how they've got each other. They're never ever alone.
You must stay at least 5 metres apart at all times. If you don't, you'll both receive...
We're now signing out of the diary room.
It's Jedward. Were you never told when you were younger to keep your feet off the furniture?
I'm serious, Kay. It was totally crazy, Kay. It wasn't our house, Kay, so it was cool. At home, my mum was like, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. But like, we were there We're for actually ourselves. really good at cleaning, Kay. We always make mess, but we clean the mess afterwards.
Oh, they didn't show you cleaning it up, you see, that's all
Yeah, I'm serious, Kay. We were always cleaning. I'm serious. I was cleaning loads in there, okay? They never showed it.
Well, really? But you were beaten, you didn't get there in the end.
It's cool.
I was very worried. I read the newspaper and it seemed to me that you were going into therapy.
I don't know what's happening, okay? Everyone else had a breakdown. Me and John were totally cool. Serious. We were the only people in there who went in the way we were and came out the way we were. Everyone else was in there freaking out, and we were like, it's okay, everyone shut up. And then, like, me and John, okay, we don't drink and smoke, we don't do anything. Everyone else is drinking and smoking, but we just went to bed. We were like Dr. Phil in there. If anyone needed someone to come to, we were there. We're there for them.
So you're going to do Bad Behaviour, which is the single from the new album.
Victory! Alan, we're touring in the winter. We're touring in December in the UK, so we're really excited.
We'll be love to have you back.
All right, thanks, Alan. Thanks.
Right, you go and get ready. Go and get ready.
Thanks, Alan.
They're no different, are they? They're performing Bad Behaviour. Jedward!
My bad behavior. I told you I was trouble with my bad behavior. My bad behavior. My bad behavior. I told you I was trouble with my. Now tell me if I'm bad. Oh, well, 'cause I don't want no excuses. Oh, well, so don't be serious. Oh, well, you could have been persuaded. Oh, well, I want the key to your heart.
I was very worried during that because his shoelace was undone, I know. Jedward's album's out now. Next week, Beethoven. No. My final guest today is currently winning rave reviews in the West End as Trinculo in Shakespeare's The Tempest. But for many, he'll always be remembered for his comedy greatness.
Did you say anything?
No. Right dark in here.
Looking for?
Just trying to see if there's any petrol coming through to the carburetor.
Please welcome Nicholas Lyndhurst. I don't know whether you still watch them, but we do, and they're still as funny as they were. But I gather it wasn't, at the beginning when you started doing it, a surefire hit, or you weren't particularly confident, or David?
No, when we started Series 1 back in 81, I think it was, we shot the first series and it was transmitted, and my mum and my auntie Peggy watched it, and that was it. No one else. So, I mean, it didn't make a dent in the ratings at all. And this is before VCRs or, you know, video cassette recorders. Yes, there was a time before then. And so I didn't see them either, because I didn't really like watching myself very much. And then we did Series 2, thinking this will be better, different slot, different day, and the entire nation went, what? Didn't see it. What's it called? And it was only when it was repeated, Series 2 was repeated, that people started to enjoy it.
And the kind of patience that television producers don't possess nowadays. If it doesn't hit on its first two programmes, you're out the window. So.
Fabulous as television producers are, to a man or woman, no. Nowadays, it wouldn't have got a sniff at a Series 2.
But then, I mean, some of those scenes, you know, the falling through the bar, the chandelier, all that thing. Were you having to control yourself? The chandelier one particularly, which is now a classic. Did you find it difficult in those
I was threatened with immediate dismissal. Seriously, it's absolutely true. Our boss at the time, Ray Butt, who's a little chap like this, very feisty. I've told this story before, so excuse me. He said, if you laugh when it drops, that's the end of the episode. We can't transmit the episode. If we can't transmit the episode, we can't transmit the series, because they won't transmit 5 episodes, you need 6. So if that drops and you laugh, you're out. We're all finished, and you will never work again. Off you go. Up the top of the ladder we went, blah, 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 blah. Chandelier drops, and David and I are just looking at each other, because they said they might put the closing credits over that as it dropped, because there was such a big laugh. And so David and I are staring at each other, and just down there, out the corner of my eye, is Ray, the man who said, I will fire you, I promise you, I will fire you if you laugh. He reaches into his pocket, and he gets out the biggest handkerchief I've ever seen, just stuffs it. And for 30 seconds, I had to watch that out of the corner of my eye, just looking at David. Well, you can imagine, the air went faintly blue after that.
I bet. Moving on to what you're doing now, which is a far cry from that, to do Shakespeare at the Haymarket with Ray Fiennes in The Tempest. Wow. What made you say yes?
I don't know, stupidity. No, I had to do it. You know, you've got to get out of your... Without trying to sound like a lovey actor, you've got to get out the comfort zone every so often. And Sir Trevor Nunn saw fit to say, you'll be very good at this. And Ray Fiennes is in it, and it's going to be at the Haymarket, which is a wonderful theatre anyway. And then Trevor sort of press-ganged me a bit, because I wasn't too keen to start with, and I was having another meeting with another production company, and he just happened to be waiting outside, saying, if we have a few minutes, possibly I could see you afterwards. So then I'm absolutely I'm trapped in my own office. He's outside saying, can we have a chat? Otherwise, I'd have jumped out the window or something. But he was there. And then he started to explaining to me what he wanted to put on stage. And then I thought, got to do it. Because Shakespeare wrote, it's a magical island, and Trevor Nunn has taken him at his word, and he has just put on this astounding piece of theatre, which I'm lucky to be anywhere near.
So you're glad you said yes?
Now I'm very glad. Opening night, nah, but yeah, I'm all right now.
Does it give you more of a desire to keep doing that kind of thing, or will you, you know, your sort of not bread and butter, but your main part be TV and be comedy?
Yes, it probably is, isn't it? And I'm very proud of that, and I'm very charmed to have done it at all.
There's a lot of comedians, something that they've got big and well known for. I'm weary of, 30 years ago it was that Only Fools started, and you could be forgiven for thinking, well, if we don't talk about that,
there are days when you think, do you know what, I'm on a chat show every day of my life, because quite rightly, people, cab drivers, people in shops, they say, oh, I love that one. But you think, if you're lucky enough as an actor to be part of this country's favourite TV show, that's a big stripe. You can't suddenly go, oh, no, I'm talking about that, I'm a lovey now, I do this.
There is a little factoid here. The 1996 episode, Time on Our Hands, holds the record for the highest UK audience of a sitcom episode ever, attracting 24.3 million people. That's astonishing. They make a big fuss about the X Factor when it gets 8 or 10 or 11, and this is 24.
Yes, that was astonishing. Again, going back to us saying no one watched Fools and Horses, and so the pressure was on then because we thought we were going to be axed quite literally that afternoon. We thought we were going to be finished. Then it rocketed it up like this, and then the pressure really started, because you think, hold on, half the nation is going to be expecting to be as entertained as they were last year, and this is next year's one. So I used to go out, I used to bottle out completely, I couldn't watch it, I used to leave the house and go
Sadly,
for a wander.
We lost writer John Sullivan. Is that it now? We've drawn a line under Only Fools. That will be...
Yeah, there's only one man that could write it, and he wrote every word of it in his quiet, genius, self-effacing way. I mean, he'd die of embarrassment on this. You would never have got him on anything.
Would you work with David Jason again in something else, if offered?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know whether that would that be a good idea?
Oh, we think it might be.
No, I don't
Well,
know.
when you're sitting on the stage in The Tempest, at the Theatre Royal, in your tights, just think about it, because we'd love to see it. It's a delight to talk to you.
All right, it's my pleasure.
Ever. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Linder.
Thank you very much.
Tomorrow, Anne Widdecombe reveals the truth about Strictly. John Hurt's here. Downton Abbey star Penelope Rosenblock's by music from James Blunt. See you then. Bye-bye. You better be good. You look rather scared. Come on, we can do it.
I'm one behind you now.
Not if I can help it.
Did you get out of bed for Mum's side this morning?
Well, I've got the hump now.
The chase is on.
It certainly is. Bradley Walsh is back at 5 today, right after Midsummer Murders. Next.